Okay, welcome to class today. I'm still sick. Ken says I sound okay, so that's good. Today we're going to be focusing on will. The word will normally is just for the future. You think, oh, future is simple. That's easy. There's actually a lot of little rules that we're going to talk about today and different examples. So hopefully this class helps. It should be pretty interesting. I'm actually interested in doing the class. And I was going to say something. There's some extra side questions like quizzes today. Because my throat hurts a lot and I have my tea next to me, Ken is going to be reading for us. But first, I need to share my screen with Will. So one moment. Okay, good. So it looks like you can see this. Will, I've added some stars to make it a little extra pretty today. So that's about it. So I'm just going to move this down. Ken, first, do you have any questions about anything? Any comments about Will?
No, not now. No,
All
so
right,
far.
Okay. Good. Well, then, can you just read this for us, please?
The word will is used in different situations. So today we are going to look at the different uses.
Very good. And that's basically it. So the next part is kind of, I've done this in each part, just the affirmative structure. It's just will plus the base verb. What kind of verb can you tell us that will is? Is it a verb, Ken?
Auxiliary also, I forgot the other meaning of this.
Okay, yeah, so it's an auxiliary verb. What do auxiliary verbs do?
Right.
What
So
do they
kind
do?
of verb, I'm not sure. It's not the verb, but it's support verb.
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what the auxiliary part means. It's a helping verb. It helps us to understand a little bit more of the meaning and the context. And model verb is the other one. The model verb, like can, could, should, would, etc. So will is also a model verb. Ken, I don't hear you. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, good. I was like, did my internet go away? Did Ken go away? Okay. Good. So we can use it in this kind of example. Ken, could you read what it is and the example, please?
Predicting a future event. It will snow tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, good. So this is just something that is pretty normal and it's used for predicting. And so this is what I was talking about, that will just isn't for the future. Yes, it will snow tomorrow afternoon. It's a future meaning, but you're also predicting. You think it's going to snow, but you're saying it's going to because that's what the weatherman said on the Weather Channel. So Ken, I'd like you to think of another example for us in the same context.
Okay. It will sunny tomorrow afternoon. It will be sunny.
So
Yeah,
there
because
you go.
verb, yeah, so will be snow. Snow, sunny.
It will be sunny tomorrow, blah, 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 blah. Yep, it will be sunny. I'll say tomorrow. Okay, good. And that's exactly it. You're predicting something in the future. And with tomorrow, that's all we need for it to be a future event. So very good. Moving on to the next one. So why don't you read this and I'll move down in order for you to read the other part as well, okay?
Okay. With I or we to express or describe a spontaneous decision. I'll buy the concert tickets right now.
Okay, so maybe you're online looking at the tickets and like, oh my gosh, I can't live without these tickets. I must buy them. I'll buy the concert tickets right now. Okay, so that's a spontaneous decision that you're working on. What about another context? What about something else that you might say in the moment, a spontaneous?
I watched the TV after this.
That's a plan.
Plan.
That's a plan. You're going to do it after.
Oh, not
Something.
right now. Yes, right. Uh, I'll check the clock right now.
Okay. I'll check the clock. Good. I was also thinking, I'll answer. For example, something like, oh, who wants to answer if there were more than one student in the class apart from the teacher? I could say, okay, who wants to answer? And someone could say, I'll answer. It's one of those very spontaneous, very quick things. I'll say, oh, what time is it? I'll check the clock. Do you see how it changes a little bit? It's not like the previous example where it will snow tomorrow, for example.
It will snow tomorrow is how can I say distant future, but this case is right now, which means almost now.
Right. And that's what they're referring to when they're talking about the spontaneous. That's kind of the biggest thing here, is that it's sometimes the difference between be going to and will is the same idea with this. For example, we have a situation where you open the fridge, and you see that there's no milk and you need milk. And so you say to your significant other, husband, girlfriend, wife, boyfriend, whatever, say, hey, there's no milk. And then the other person responds, yeah, I know. I'm going to buy some later. Or they can say, really? I'll go buy some now. We're using two different verb tenses here. When someone says, I'm going to, plus a verb, what they're saying is they knew the information and they're planning to buy it later. They already know that. And then if, you say this again, like, oh, there's no milk. And they respond, really? I'll go buy some now. It's that spontaneous decision that they're talking about. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Oops, what was that? Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Well, it's red. So great. Now, I was going to ask a question. A synonym for the phrasal verb. Well, what was the phrasal verb again? It was buy.
Buy.
Can you think of a phrasal verb that means buy?
Buy. Phrasal verb. Get something. Get. I don't know. Get something. No?
No, in this case, no. What are other verbs that mean like to buy? There's sell.
Buy and sell.
I'm thinking of other verbs. I'm trying not to tell you the answer. But other words related to buy, purchase. Can you think of anything? If not, that's fine.
Oh, not get. Take something.
Well, I mean, you can take, I'll take it, like as if I will buy it. I'll take it. I like it.
Take. Have.
Well, don't forget that a phrasal verb is a verb plus a preposition.
Right. Which verb is the proper? Have, get.
None.
None. Okay. Have, get. take, noun, as a verb. Ooh,
You
a
know,
lot.
a synonym to the word purchase?
Purchase is buy, is to buy.
Right. And when you go, for example, you're at the store and you
At,
go to the counter and the
mhm,
cashier, what are
mhm.
you doing?
Pay, to pay.
Okay, good. Now we need the preposition. So pay is the verb.
Pay, pay on. I don't know. Pay, pay, pay for.
For.
Right, yeah, yeah, is it, yeah, I see, yeah, that's a phrasal verb.
Mm-hmm. Good. Question?
I know. I pay
No?
for. Mhm,
Good. So that was one of those side questions that I had in here. Again, this is something that's good for everyone just to kind of think of different synonyms and different words. So you don't always use the same
mhm.
word for everything because then
Right.
you get comfortable and then it's like, well, this language is boring. Well,
Mhm,
don't make it boring. Use different words.
mhm.
All right, on to the next part. So why don't you go ahead and read this part for us, okay?
Expressing willingness. I'll do the dishes tonight. I'll help you clean the kitchen.
Okay, good. So yeah, so what is willingness? If you had to describe that, what would you say?
Kind of maybe will, to express will, our will.
Okay. Well, when I say I'll do the dishes tonight, what am I saying?
Um, Maybe your offer.
There
Or,
you go. That's a good word. When you offer to do something because you don't mind doing it, you're willing,
mhm,
you're volunteering to do something, for example.
mhm,
Okay. And then it says, I'll help you clean up. I'll help you clean the kitchen.
mhm,
Now, I just wanted to point out that with clean up, the phrasal verb, you don't need to add any other information.
mhm,
So, for example, we're talking about dinner and I say, oh, I'll help you clean up later. That's
mhm,
all we need to say. We don't need to say anything else. Or
mhm,
you can say, oh, I'll help you clean the kitchen.
mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Very good. I'm just going to wait a second here. There's someone trying to enter on Facebook. Ken, do you know a different way to assist this person?
Okay,
They can't,
Facebook.
yeah,
Check.
they can't seem to enter. It's the post that I had to this class. They had asked
Okay.
about the link. I sent the link, and then they said, sorry, I can't enter the online class.
Okay.
Do you have any other ideas?
Usually, this is a direct Hangout link. So usually, people who has their Hangout, Google account, Plus account, can enter.
Okay.
So I don't know. This person don't know the system of Hangout or Google Plus.
Yeah. Well, I just asked if they had a Gmail account, so we'll see what they say. Okay, so very good. Any questions about this, what we see for right now?
Mhm. No, yeah, it's fine.
All right. So very good. Moving down. Sometimes we're going to use the negative structure, which is won't plus the base verb. So basically the same as will plus the base verb.
Mhm.
But we're using won't because won't is the negative of will.
Mhm.
All right, so now why don't you go ahead and read this for us?
Okay. Expressing refusal negative form. He won't eat. He won't eat the broccoli on his plate.
So that's basically it. The kid won't Eat. He will not eat the broccoli. So it's a refusal. Can you think of another sentence for us?
He won't eat. He won't eat what? A shrimp.
He won't eat shrimp. Yeah, that's true.
Because of his allergy.
That's a good reason to not eat shrimp. Mm-hmm. All right, good. Ken, do you have the link for Intenga through the Intenga site or not?
Yes, I have, but today let me check.
It
Wait a
didn't
moment.
work.
Oh yeah,
This person,
yeah. Okay, I have. Yeah, this person. Maybe can I copy and paste the Facebook?
I think so.
Okay.
Okay.
But
We'll see if that works. Mm-hmm.
okay. Oh, misposted. Maybe. No, it's okay. Yes. Okay, I posted the.
All right,
This.
thank you. Thank you for that.
Actually, sometimes the even though the people have their hangout, I mean a hangout. Sometimes some student cannot join.
Mm-hmm.
Probably connection. So I don't know the problem, but
Interesting. Yeah, no, I know that some other people have had problems too, so. All right, so that was a good example about not eating shrimp because they're allergic. And then we have this example. Can you read this example for us?
okay. I won't leave until I have spoken to the manager.
So, what kind of situation do you think someone would say this in?
I won't leave. I have spoken to the manager. It kind of almost like a claim. I mean, I won't leave. I need to talk to the manager. That's nuance.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, they're not happy about something. So, I'm not leaving here
Mhm.
until I speak to the manager, or I won't leave.
Mhm.
Okay. So again, a different type of refusal. One was food refusal, and now they're refusing to leave until something else happens. So very good. All right. Oh, perfect. And my Word document isn't working anymore. It just, do you see that? Oh, you don't see anything.
Yeah,
No,
I
for
just
me.
the screen.
Oh.
You mean the text? You can't scroll down or something. Frozen.
Yeah, it decided to stop. Cool. Well, I'm going to exit out of this. Close. And hopefully this might take several minutes. Fantastic.
Oh,
All right, so I'm sure you can see me again, right?
okay. Yes. You're waving your hand. Yes.
All right. Let me go ahead and try and open that again. I had a problem with Word Starter last night too. Like I said, I think I have a virus on my computer, and my husband tried to run the antivirus thing. And it took hours. I don't know what happened in the end. He didn't tell me, but because I went to bed, it was taking so long.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that's part of it. Okay. Screen share. Okay. It's back and share. So now I'm just going to go down to where we were. One moment.
Mm-hmm.
A little faster. Okay. Yep. Perfect. This is where we were.
Okay.
So now moving down. Here we go. So go ahead and read those for us, Ken. Okay.
Okay. With you to give orders, you will do that. You will do the washing up, laundry. And you will lay the table. Mm.
All right. So what kind of situation would these sentences be said?
Sounds like workforce or parents order kids to do.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. You will do the washing up or the laundry before you leave this house today.
Right.
Yep, my parents said something like that to me. Something similar. Not exactly that.
Mhm.
Um, so I just wanted to add here that washing up is more British English and laundry is more American, I think. Did you know that? Do you agree with that or disagree?
Yeah, I've never heard of washing up. So yeah, could be
Mm.
British. Yeah.
Well, wait a second. Now I'm doubting my own washing up or do the washing. You know what? I
Do
think
the
this is
washing.
I think this is supposed oops. We're supposed to
Mhm.
be doing the washing.
Mhm.
Because dishes, do the dishes
Yeah, I know. Do dishes. Yes, do the dishes.
or the washing up.
Oh, I see. Washing up. So doesn't mean laundry in
No,
America. Okay.
no, do the washing? No, that doesn't mean laundry in American English. We
Okay.
wouldn't say that.
Mhm.
Do the washing. Okay, so good thing I saw that. And then this other one is you will set or lay the table. Set is American English, British English is lay.
Wow. I don't know. Wow, I've never heard of later table.
Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy? I know the first time I heard that, I was like, what? Excuse me? So
Mhm.
I try and put in both as much as possible, if I know it. And these are some that I do know. So it's quite
Mhm.
funny.
Mhm.
So very good. Let's see here. Moving on. Oh, yes. What is a different verb tense that we use to give orders? Ken, can you think of any verb tenses that we use to give orders or demand someone to do something?
Uh, kind of go now. You know, kind of original verb, infinitive verb, and the object, or just the verb, original verb.
Okay, and do you know what this verb tense is called?
I forgot it. Order form. I don't know. Or order form. I don't know.
The imperative
Ah,
form.
yes, that's right. Yeah. Imperative.
So, just like you said, the imperative structure is the verb plus the complement.
Mhm.
For example, do the dishes, walk the dog. Or when we say go away, for example, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. So good. So that's the name of the verb tense that you just described. So that was really good.
Mhm.
So moving on. All right, so now I'm going to have you read these two parts while I pour myself some tea. So just a moment. So I'm going to mute myself. Go ahead and read these for us.
Okay. With you in the interrogative form as an invitation. Interrogative structure will plus you plus base verb.
All right. So very good. So yeah, just kind of the question portion,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
All right, the interrogative. Okay, and I don't know why it keeps telling me it needs to be in capital letters, but it's not a real place. A movie theater in the United States is where you go to watch the movies.
Mhm.
So why don't you read these two examples, please?
Okay. Will you come to the movie theater cinema with me? Will you marry me?
Oh, thanks, Ken, but sorry, I'm already married. But anyway, um, yeah, these are some other questions. They're invitations, like invitation, hey, let's go do something. Do you want to come?
Mhm.
Um, and
Right.
so the movie theaters in the United States, cinema is in England or
Right.
the British English. So So that's basically it. And again, it follows the structure will plus you. And this you could be in singular form or plural form. There's really no difference here. Okay. We don't differentiate between the singular and plural. I don't know why. It sounds kind of silly, but at the same time, we know if we're talking to one person or two people. You know, if you're sitting with one other person or if you're in a group, then that's it. It's not a very, there's no difference. Okay. All right, good. So moving on. Dun, 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 dun. What do we have here?
Will and shall.
What's up with shall?
I think shall is sounds a bit older, also more politer than will.
Okay. Do you know when you would use the word shall?
Like, shall we dance?
Okay. So in a similar form of what we were just looking at here. Oops, yeah. So kind of like an invitation. Instead of saying, do you want to dance? We can say, shall we dance?
Yeah.
We also use shall with only two subjects. Do you know which two subjects?
Subject, you.
Shall you?
Shall you? No. Shall we? Shall you sounds strange. Shall I? Shall I dance? Shall I?
Okay, well, there's two. So shall I and shall we?
Yes.
When you're using the word shall, I believe all the time, I don't want to say 100%, but at least 99% of the time, we are going to be using the first person singular, which is I, or the first person plural, which is we, because the person saying it is included in that. So that's one of the differences here. With will, we can say anyone, any structure, or any subjects. So in this case, we'll be looking at this structure. Please read the structure, Ken.
Structure: will, shall plus I plus base verb.
Okay, good. And now, what does this say?
With I in the interrogative form, using shall to ask for guidance or instructions. What shall I tell the boss about the stolen goods?
Mm-hmm.
I should tell.
Any questions?
Maybe shall, instead of shall, we can use should.
Mm-hmm. And that's the other important thing about this, is that we can also use, shall
Also
with
can.
should. Can?
Should. Can. What can I tell? No.
Yeah, I don't really, I think in this case, sorry, I was touching things. Yeah. In this case, should would be the other use of shall. And so it can be confusing because shall can mean kind of will, but also should at the same time. Okay? The only difference with shall and should is that should, when using questions, technically we should use shall. However, nowadays, English has gotten a little more colloquial, more informal. And so we are going to use should. What should I tell the boss about the stolen goods? Does that make sense?
Yes. So shall is sounds a bit old. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Nowadays.
definitely agree with that. I mean, shall is only basically used as shall we dance, shall we go? But I think only native people use it because we only truly know when it sounds really good. Do you know what I mean?
So shall is not doesn't sound good. Not maybe not
No,
modern.
well, shall sounds good, but we don't know. I mean, someone might say, oh, shall we go?
Mhm.
And someone else might think, oh, shall, that's a little strange. But I think it naturally comes from natives. I don't know if non-native speakers would really say it like that naturally.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I would say, shall we? You know, let's go, shall we? Should we start moving?
Sounds a bit aristocrat sounds like that. So it's not our language, like my language. So
Thanks, Ken, for making me laugh while drinking tea. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. It sounds a little like old-fashioned, a little bit behind the times, but honestly, it's actually not that bad.
yeah, that's
It's
right.
not that to use these days. Well, good. Well, let's continue to work on other parts of this. So go ahead and read this for us.
Okay. With I in the interrogative form, using shall to offer something. Shall I turn on the AC?
What does AC stand for?
See, AC/DC. I know the
Okay, well, that's not what I'm looking for.
other meaning of AC. Yeah.
Well,
Eh.
look at the question. Look for other hints, other clues. Shall I turn
Sounds
on?
like equipment. Equipment.
Correct. It's some kind of machine or device.
Yeah. AC. Air conditioner.
Air conditioning.
Ah,
Well,
conditioning.
wait,
Yes.
wait, you might be correct. The air conditioner is the actual machine. Air conditioning is the noun. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'll give you that point. You win that one.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Today, there's no problem, Ken. You can win all of this if you want. So, good. So, shall I turn on the AC? Shall I turn on the air conditioner?
Mhm.
Um, they're saying should I or do you want me to? But it's a lot easier to say shall in this case, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And our little turn on here has an asterisk. So let's go down. This is just a personal question. This isn't really anything. Um, so should the preposition be in blue? Is it part of the main verb? That's what I was debating when I was doing this,
Mhm.
is because we have the base verb. Well, the base verb would be turn, but turn on really goes together. Do you
Mm.
see what I mean for the question?
It's a phrasal verb.
Exactly. And so because it's a phrasal verb, there's two words to it.
Mhm.
However, we need the two words to go together in order for it to show us the real meaning. If I say, shall I turn the AC?
Mhm.
I'm missing something. Turn on the AC or turn the AC on.
Mhm.
So my question is in this presentation, I've been doing, like this. Shall I tell?
Mm.
Will you come? Will you marry? These are all the main verbs. So
Mm.
here with it being a phrasal verb, what's your opinion?
Sorry, the phrasal verb. Mhm.
Yeah, because it's a phrasal verb, do you think that the preposition on is
Mhm.
part of the main verb?
Oh yeah, I think so because just turn doesn't make sense. Turn on is always necessary.
Okay. What
Switch.
is, yeah,
Mhm. Switch it up.
no, yeah, exactly. And that's what I was just thinking is, do I, well, yes, it's in blue because it goes together.
Mhm.
Um, what's a synonym for turn on in this case?
Switch it up. Did I make up? Switch up.
Um, switch, oops, switch on. This is in the chat
Ah,
box. Switch on.
switch on.
Turn it on. Or shall I switch it on?
Mhm.
This is when we use it Shall I turn it on? Shall I switch it on? We use it in this case because we already know what object we're talking about. In this sentence, we have the AC. So this is the first time that we're talking about the actual machine. So there is a bit of a difference there. Does that make sense?
Yes. So if it is actual machine, maybe I cannot say, shall I turn the AC machine on? Is that your point?
No, not that. Shall I turn it on? When we're using the subject it, we already know what we're talking about.
Right.
So someone says, "Oh, it's cold. What about the AC? Oh, shall I turn it on?"
Right.
So it's a completely different sentence, but we know the meaning.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what I was talking about.
Okay. Yeah, that's a pronoun. Yes.
Very good. Well, moving on to the last part here. Why don't you go ahead and read these for us?
Okay. With we in the interrogative form, using shall to make a suggestion. Shall we go out for dinner tonight?
So very good. So again, kind of a suggestion, a question, suggestion, invitation. Any questions at all?
No.
Nothing. Okay.
Shall we go out for dinner tomorrow? Yeah. But maybe usually people say, maybe why don't we or can we? I don't know. Can we is maybe why don't we or something like that in modern days English. Let's go out. Yes.
Or why don't we go out for dinner? Right? Why don't we?
Why don't we? Yes.
Perfect. Well, basically, that's all I have for today. The end. Do you have any questions? You don't have any questions about anything?
No. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, then, we'll just focus on the will here. It's a lot better than focusing on my face at the moment. So a little bit more with will. So why don't you tell us what you can remember with I'll buy some or I'm going to buy some. The difference.
I'll buy some, which means maybe I'll buy some right now. I'm going to buy is more like a plan. I'm going to buy it tomorrow.
Okay, good. Or just I know when I'm going to buy it, or I don't know when I'm going to buy it, but I know I will buy it, for example. So very good. Just trying to, I guess you could also say kind of like it will snow tomorrow or it will be sunny tomorrow. It's a future fact also. The sun will rise tomorrow. Could also be used as like a promise. I'll help you. So it depends on that a little bit too. So good. Well, no more questions. Let me just see. Now my schedule disappeared because everything else closed with the Word document. So if you could just give me a minute here. Thomas should be adding my other classes to the schedule very shortly. Let's see. Yeah, well, he asked me. I mentioned that he needed to add today's class, and then he asked about the other classes. So that worked out. So next week, Monday, we're going to be discussing climate change. Okay. So things that's going on around us, things that we've been noticing, things in the last 10 years. So we'll be taking a look at that. And then on Wednesday, in a week from today, we're going to be looking at daily activities. So kind of like a lower level class. But it's still good to review because even though you think you have a high level at something, we kind of sometimes forget. Sometimes the basic things. So that's what I want to work on. Do you have any things that you struggle with in English that you forget or don't use because you don't know how to use them, Ken?
For the basic thing?
Well, anything in general.
Conditional. I practice a lot about conditional, but still I cannot remember. I confuse easily about conditional.
Interesting.
I know the structure, but I cannot do that, spontaneously. I need to practice more drills or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's pretty normal. Well, conditionals obviously depend on the situation that you're in. You can't use a conditional all the time.
Right.
So that's the first part. But yeah, I'm looking at the rest of my schedule for March and April, and I sent those 2 months to Thomas. I don't have any conditionals. I sent to February, March, April. Huh. Well, I'll have to do some conditionals for you. I love conditionals. April. So May 2nd. All right. Well, I'm gonna add this in just a second here. May. Unfortunately, it's gonna be in May, but better late than never. But by then you can conditionals. Perfect. Love conditionals. They're literally one of my favorite verb tenses in English. And the passive has become one of my favorites as well. How's the passive tense for you?
Passive would be okay because, yeah, it would be okay. Sometimes I make a mistake about that, but usually it's okay as far as I recognize. So, yeah, but then, yeah. Conditional, actually, I practice a lot, but still, I didn't master to the yeah. I cannot say the conditional sentence so easily, spontaneously.
Huh. Interesting.
So I just guess the structure and just say it. Maybe sometimes it's correct, sometimes it's not correct. Probably.
Well, that's kind of the way that you have to do things as far as if you don't understand exactly, you have to at least try. And that's like the littlest tiny thing. So, all right. There'll be something on Facebook waiting for you. Because there's a website that I didn't find, but someone else found for me, and it's got some really good ways to explain different grammar situations and things. So I'll have to remember to send you a link to that or something. And the conditionals are pretty simple. As far as I'm concerned. At least when I explain them, it seems that people understand, so that's good. But I could also send you some documents or something. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to look into that. But yeah, anything that you want to practice or that you want to know, because I have my schedule kind of planned until June, more or less. But then after that, I don't really have anything planned. So I really am gonna need some input. There are some things that I have up my sleeve, some surprises waiting, but that's about it. So that would be good.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem. Well, we're gonna finish a couple minutes early because my throat is tired of talking. So, Ken, have a great day. Thanks for joining. Thanks for reading a lot. I definitely needed that. I don't think there's enough tea in the world today for me, but
Take care.
thank you. I will.
I hope you get better soon.
Me too. Me too. Looking forward to it. Hopefully on Monday I'm brand new. That's what I'm looking for. So good. Well, have a great day. Good night, I think, and a great weekend. And we'll see you on Monday, okay?
Have a good day.
Thank
Thank you. Bye.
you. Bye.